6 lucky numbers to focus and get rich. On June 16th, 2025, Buddhist teachings. Luck is not a matter of chance, it's a matter of alignment. What if the universe is quietly offering you 6 lucky numbers not as superstition, but as signs of alignment between your energy and abundance? As June 16th, 2025 approaches, a unique shift is happening. In Buddhist teachings, numbers carry more than meaning, they carry intention. These 6 numbers are not just lucky, they are vibrations of mindfulness, clarity, and fortune. This is a rare moment when spiritual depth and material success come together. Mercury sharpens the mind, Venus opens the heart, and those who are present can turn wisdom into wealth. Stay with me until the end, and I'll share a bonus number, a powerful symbol to unlock abundance faster than ever. Before we begin, breathe in focus. Let go of doubt. Like this video, subscribe to The Journey of Wisdom, and comment below. I am open to the flow of abundance. Let's begin. X1, number 8. We come to a number that carries far more than numerical value. It holds the quiet power of transformation and spiritual rebirth. Number 8 is not just a digit, it is a sacred symbol of flow, balance, and enduring prosperity. When turned sideways, it becomes the sign of infinity, speaking to life's endless rhythms. Upright, it is a firm, pillar-stable, grounded, resilient. But 8 doesn't shout for attention, it whispers with grace. It teaches us that true strength is not in pushing harder, chasing endlessly, or forcing what isn't meant to be. Instead, it's found in harmonizing with life's natural ebb and flow, knowing when to give and when to receive, when to act and when to reflect. In Buddhism, this symbolism becomes even deeper with the noble eightfold path-right view: right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. These aren't abstract or religious concepts reserved for monks on distant mountains. They're timeless and practical tools for anyone seeking to live with clarity and compassion. As the Buddha said, what you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create. When we begin to align our inner life with right understanding and right action, success no longer feels like a battlefield. It becomes a quiet unfolding, a natural outcome of who we are inside. To bring this to life, start with 8 minutes each morning, in stillness, no distractions, just your breath grounding you in the present moment. Let this be your sacred pause before the noise of the day begins. Then, offer 8 sincere acts of kindness this week, expecting nothing in return. Let this be your gentle ripple of good energy into the world. Write down 8 clear intentions, 4 for your material well-being, and 4 for your inner peace, and place them somewhere visible to reconnect with your purpose daily. You will begin to see how life mirrors your inner frequency when you move from presence and not panic, from wisdom and not worry. Abundance finds you in the quietest ways. As Zen Master Dogen once said, do not follow the ideas of others, but learn to listen to the voice within yourself. Number 8 is not a goalpost, it's a sacred cycle, reminding us that every high and low, every success and stumble loops back to offer us more insight, more depth, more growth. In this ever-changing world, let the rhythm of 8 remind you. Your stillness is your power, and your alignment is your wealth. 2. Number 48. Number 48 carries a powerful message about quiet strength and the kind of success that doesn't demand attention. In a world where everything moves fast and we're constantly pushed to show instant results, it's easy to forget the power of slow, intentional growth. But what if real transformation isn't loud or flashy? What if it's steady and deeply rooted? That's the wisdom behind 48. It stands, not for quick wins, but for lasting change. Think of it like a candle, gently lighting up a dark room. It doesn't compete, it simply shines, showing us that true progress doesn't need noise. The number 4 speaks to foundation and structure, your daily habits, your silent dedication, and the routines that keep you grounded even when life gets messy. The number 8 brings in the idea of karma and abundance, reminding you that what you plant with care will return to you in greater measure. Together, 48 becomes a symbol of spiritual wealth, emotional balance, and long-term fulfillment. The Buddha once said, "A jug fills drop by drop." What does that mean for you? It means your small, mindful actions, whether it's staying calm in a challenge, practicing gratitude, or simply showing up consistently, are building something beautiful, even if you can't see it all at once. So ask yourself, are you honoring your own pace, or are you caught in someone else's race? Living with the spirit of 48 is a quiet act of courage. It's choosing to stay true to your path, to grow from within, and to trust that what you're building will stand the test of time. The lesson here is simple but profound. Patience isn't about waiting, it's about trusting. Trusting that the roots you're nurturing today will become the tree that shelters you tomorrow. 3. Number 18. Let me speak directly to your heart for a moment, because what I'm about to share isn't just a concept, it's a quiet invitation to reconnect with something you've likely ignored for too long: the untamed, vibrant, and deeply creative nature of your own mind. You see, the number 18 isn't just a number, it's a symbol, a doorway, one that doesn't ask you to take control or fix anything about yourself, but rather to grow curious, to explore, to sit with the mystery of who you are without rushing to solve it. As the Buddha said, peace comes from within, do not seek it without. Your mind is not broken, and you are not lost. It's just that the world has taught you to mistrust your inner landscape, to treat your thoughts like obstacles instead of companions. But what if, instead of trying to silence the noise, you welcomed it with kindness? What if you made space just 18 minutes a day, not to achieve, not to plan, but to simply be with yourself? This time isn't wasted. In fact, it may be the most meaningful part of your day. Let your thoughts wander onto the pages of a messy notebook. Let your hand draw strange shapes with no meaning, or let your body rest under the branches of a tree while you do nothing at all. And when you catch your mind falling back into familiar patterns, those doubts, those fears, don't scold yourself. Instead, ask, is this thought helping me, or am I just used to thinking it? That single moment of awareness can open an entirely new path. Just like that, your story changes. Say yes to the strange, the spontaneous, the small surprises that challenge your habits. Start a conversation with a stranger, take a new way home, or follow a random idea that makes no sense. Because sometimes it's those exact moments that hold the seeds of transformation. Life isn't asking for perfection, it's asking for your presence. The Buddha taught, as the mind is, so is the person. So why not treat your thoughts not as enemies but as sacred travelers on your journey? And when the storm of your inner world rises, when it feels chaotic and uncertain, don't run from it. Smile gently. That storm may be the very force sculpting your next breakthrough, your next insight, your next moment of truth. So let me ask you, what might change if you stopped fighting your thoughts and started listening to them with compassion? If you've made it this far, you're already aligning your energy with the 6 lucky numbers that could shift your fortune on June 16th, 2025. Type "Lucky Path" in the comments to affirm your intention to grow wealth through mindful focus and Buddhist wisdom. Don't leave just yet. There's still powerful insight ahead that could open the door to abundance. Stay with us until the end and step fully into your journey of prosperity. 4. Number 36. What if life, in its quiet wisdom, is already speaking to you, not through grand signs or dramatic events, but in the soft nudges, the uneasy feelings, the persistent dreams that never seem to let go. The number 36 isn't just a coincidence or spiritual code. It's a symbol of transformation that mirrors a journey many of us between 30 and 65 find ourselves on, no longer willing to live by default, yet still gathering the courage to live by design. The number 3 carries the energy of creative fire, the voice of your soul urging you to be fully expressed, not someday, but now. It's that subtle but strong pull to finally start writing that book, to speak your truth in a conversation that matters, to live in alignment rather than performance. This is not a rebellion for the sake of ego or attention. It's the quiet revolution of becoming who you were meant to be. The number 6, on the other hand, is your grounding force. It teaches you emotional maturity, empathy, and the sacred importance of building wisely and compassionately. It's not enough to dream. We must root those dreams in responsibility, not just to others, but to ourselves. 6 is the part of you that knows how to care, how to listen, how to nurture what matters, even in a world rushing towards superficial success. Together, these two, numbers 3 and 6, offer a profound synergy. They are not at odds, but in harmony. One ignites the flame, the other builds the hearth. Just as in Buddhism, where the middle way is a path of balance, 36 invites you to stop swinging between extremes and find your center. Suffering often arises not because life is cruel, but because we cling to ideas, to identities, to outdated definitions of success or safety. Ask yourself gently, what are you still holding on to that no longer honors who you're becoming? Is it a job that drains your light? A belief that keeps you small? A comfort zone that has become your cage? Letting go isn't loss, it's liberation. So how do we honor this sacred shift? Start by facing the inner lie that quietly controls your life. Write it down, face it without fear, and destroy it in ritual, symbolizing your readiness to be free. Then return to the moments that made your soul feel alive, when you weren't chasing achievement, but were simply being. Reclaim one of those moments this week and let it nourish your spirit. Finally, examine your relationships. Who encourages your evolution, and who resists it because it challenges their comfort? Keep close the ones who honor your becoming. The universe doesn't need you to be perfect, only present. It responds not to those who have it all figured out, but to those who are ready to show up, ready to shift, ready to let go. The moment you choose readiness over resistance, the path begins to clear. 5. Number 24. In a world that constantly pushes us to move faster, speak louder, and seek constant recognition, there's a quiet energy that carries a different kind of power, one that doesn't need to be seen to be real. This is the essence of what we call number 24, a subtle but powerful force that doesn't demand attention, it simply exists, steady and true. Have you ever felt that the loudest person in the room isn't always the strongest? That maybe the ones who move with quiet confidence are the ones truly in control? As we move deeper into 2025, this energy doesn't arrive with fireworks or fanfare. It rises like dawn, slowly and surely, touching everything with calm clarity. Number 24 asks you to reflect. Are you living on autopilot, reacting to every situation, or are you responding with intention? Are you racing through your days, or are you creating space to breathe, to think, to feel? Think of it this way. The number 2 holds the energy of emotional intelligence. It's about empathy, intuition, and the quiet wisdom that comes from feeling deeply. The number 4 brings structure, reliability, and grounded strength. Together, they create 24, a union of softness and stability, feeling and foundation. It's the same balance that lies at the heart of Buddhist teachings. The Buddha never raised his voice to be heard. His presence was his message. His calm, his silence, his stillness, they carried more truth than any shout ever could. And, like the rabbit in the Chinese zodiac, number 24 teaches us to sense the world before it changes, to respond instead of react, to flow instead of force. This isn't weakness, it's mastery. So here's something simple you can do. Tomorrow morning, wake up just 5 minutes earlier. No need to rush, no need to scroll through your phone. Just sit quietly. Breathe. Let yourself feel the space around you, within you, and ask yourself what actually matters today. What can you let go of? You'll find that when you stop trying to control everything, life starts to move more naturally in your favor. Speak less, listen more. Replace urgency with purpose. That's where true power lives, not in being seen, but in being centered. And here's the deeper message. If you've stayed with this message until now, it's not because you're just looking for external security in uncertain times. It's because you're beginning to understand that the greatest shift isn't happening around you, it's happening within you. And that, my friend, is the kind of change that lasts. So stay still, stay grounded, and keep walking this path of quiet strength. The world may not notice right away, but your life will begin to transform from the inside out. 6. Number 12. Number 12 isn't just a number, it's a hidden language of the universe, quietly reminding us that life is not random but deeply intentional. If you pause for a moment and look around, you'll see it everywhere. 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of night. 12 months guiding our year. 12 full moons dancing across the sky. This isn't just structure, it's a kind of harmony that calls us to live in rhythm with nature, not in resistance to it. Have you ever wondered why certain patterns feel so natural, almost sacred? It's because they are. In Buddhist thought, this sacredness runs even deeper through the 12 nidanaste, 12 links of dependent origination, which show us how all things arise and fall through cause and effect. These teachings reveal that nothing in life stands alone. Your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, they ripple outward, touching others and eventually returning to you, like echoes in a vast, interconnected web. When this is, that is. When this ceases, that ceases, said the Buddha, offering us a profound insight. Our suffering doesn't exist in a vacuum, and neither does our joy. So, what would it mean for you to live as if every moment matters, every choice contributes to the greater whole? Maybe courage for you isn't loud or heroic. Maybe it's a soft yes to healing, or a quiet no to what no longer serves you. Like the tiger in Eastern tradition associated with number 12 because it's fierce, but because it's wise. It doesn't waste energy on every impulse. It waits. It listens. It acts only when the time is right. That's the true strength behind 12. Not force, but awareness. Not chaos, but clarity. So let me ask you, what is one small, conscious choice you can make today that aligns you with your deeper truth? Remember, you're not alone in this. The same intelligence that moves the stars and seasons is moving through you too. Real transformation doesn't happen when we try to control life. It happens when we begin to walk in step with it, one mindful breath, one brave decision at a time. As Thich Nhat Hanh gently reminds us, walk as if you are kissing the earth with your feet. The energy of June 16th, 2025 holds powerful potential, and these 6 lucky numbers are keys to unlocking it. Comment, focused fortune, below if you're ready to take control of your wealth journey. Keep watching. What's coming next could be the shift you've been waiting for. Why cultivating gratitude helps attract sustainable wealth. What if the secret to lasting wealth wasn't in chasing more, but in appreciating what's already here? In today's fast-paced world, we're constantly encouraged to strive, hustle, and accumulate. But this endless pursuit often leaves us feeling anxious, empty, or disconnected. Buddhism offers a powerful counterpoint. Gratitude isn't just a virtue, it's a gateway to true abundance. When we pause to recognize the goodness in our lives, we activate a quiet power within, a mindset that opens the door to sustainable wealth. Not just financial gain, but also emotional richness, meaningful relationships, and a deeper sense of purpose. Let's explore how cultivating gratitude transforms not only our mindset, but the very conditions of our lives, helping us attract the kind of wealth that nourishes both heart and soul. Number 1. Gratitude shifts the mind from scarcity to abundance. When we talk about cultivating gratitude as a path to sustainable wealth, we are not only referring to financial gain, but to a deeper sense of richness in life, a fulfillment that nourishes both heart and mind. In Buddhist wisdom, it's understood that the mind shapes reality. What we dwell on becomes our experience. If we habitually fixate on what we lack, be it money, status, or possessions, we unknowingly water the seeds of scarcity. This mindset doesn't just cause worry or comparison, it tightens our hearts, narrows our vision, and often leads to a restless chase for more, where satisfaction is always just out of reach. But the moment we begin to acknowledge the blessings already in our lives, something profound shifts. Whether it's the comfort of a roof over our heads, the warmth of a loved one's smile, or the simple pleasure of a morning cup of tea, these small recognitions gradually rewire our inner landscape. Gratitude then becomes an act of opening, and when we open, life opens back. As the Buddha taught, contentment is the greatest wealth, a reminder that peace doesn't come from acquiring, but from appreciating. This shift from scarcity to abundance isn't about ignoring reality or pretending that challenges don't exist. It's about choosing where to place our attention and how to feed our spirit. Modern life, especially for those of us navigating careers, families, and responsibilities in our 30s to 60s, can feel like a continuous race. The pressure to achieve more can blur our ability to see what's already blooming around us. But gratitude grounds it's a form of wisdom in motion. It says, "Here now, I have enough." And from this grounded place, we make clearer decisions, build healthier relationships, and approach wealth not as something we chase, but as something we invite. Think of it like this: a clenched fist can't receive, but an open palm can. Just as rain flows into open soil, abundance flows into a grateful heart. There's a well-known saying from the Zen tradition: a flower does not think of competing with the flower next to it. It just blooms. When we let go of envy and shift into gratitude, we begin to bloom in our own way, at our own pace. And that inner blooming attracts outer richness because people are drawn to authenticity, confidence, and kindness. Gratitude softens us, makes us more generous, and when we give freely, whether it's time, encouragement, or resources, we create a cycle of abundance that returns to us in unexpected ways. In practical terms, gratitude can be cultivated through small, consistent habits. Keeping a daily gratitude journal, pausing to thank those around us, or simply saying thank you before meals, these small rituals build spiritual wealth that's often more enduring than any paycheck. As Thich Nhat Hanh wisely said, "The present moment is filled with joy and happiness. If you are attentive, you will see it." Gratitude helps us see it. So, as you walk your own journey of wealth, be it financial, emotional, or spiritual, remember that the root of lasting abundance doesn't grow in the soil of stress or longing. It grows in the gentle awareness of enough. By practicing gratitude, you align yourself with the natural flow of life, and in doing so, you become both rich and at peace. Let your wealth begin, not with what's in your bank account, but with what's already present in your breath, your heart, and your awareness. Number 2. Gratitude supports ethical earning and wise action. When we talk about wealth, not just financial success, but the kind of wealth that brings peace, stability, and fulfillment, it's important to ask ourselves, how are we earning it? In Buddhist teachings, the concept of right livelihood, which is part of the Noble Eightfold Path, encourages us to make a living in a way that does not cause harm to others. That means choosing work that uplifts, supports, and respects life, rather than exploiting it for personal gain. But how does gratitude connect with this? You might not expect it, but gratitude plays a powerful role in guiding our choices and actions, especially when it comes to how we earn our living. When we cultivate gratitude, we become more present and mindful, not just about what we receive, but also about how we contribute to the world. We start asking deeper questions. Is what I do helping others? Does it align with my values? Am I building something that feels meaningful, not just profitable? Gratitude softens the ego and helps us tune into the well-being of others. It shifts us from a mindset of getting more to one of doing good, and that shift can change everything. A person who is truly grateful tends to operate from a place of awareness and care. They're less likely to take shortcuts that harm others or compromise their integrity. Why? Because gratitude makes us realize the value of what we already have, and that makes us less likely to act out of desperation or greed. It builds patience, which is essential for long-term stability, instead of chasing short-term gains that may not last. Ask yourself, am I making choices today that will still feel right 10 years from now? Gratitude can be a quiet guide in answering that. It encourages us to grow wealth in ways that feel honorable and lasting, rather than flashy and fleeting. As we do this, we naturally attract people who share similar values. When we carry a grateful and grounded energy, it draws in relationships and opportunities built on mutual respect and trust. These connections often become the foundation of sustainable prosperity, not just business contacts, but genuine partnerships that nourish our growth over time. Gratitude also keeps us humble. It reminds us that we're always learning and that there is wisdom in every experience, even the difficult ones. This humility makes us open to feedback and growth, which are vital for success that endures. Think about it. Who do you trust more, a person who thinks they know everything, or someone who listens, learns, and stays grounded? Gratitude nurtures that second kind of mindset. It keeps us rooted and real, no matter how much we achieve. And that makes all the difference. Because true wealth isn't just about having more, it's about becoming more. Becoming someone who gives, who uplifts, who leaves a positive impact. And gratitude is the soil where that kind of becoming begins. So, as you reflect on your own path to prosperity, consider this. Are your actions guided by appreciation or by fear and lack? Are you choosing work that contributes to the greater good? These are not just spiritual questions, they are practical ones. They help shape a life that feels whole and successful from the inside out. The core message here is simple but profound. Gratitude supports ethical earning and wise action. It leads us to make decisions that are not only good for us, but good for the world. And in doing so, it creates the kind of wealth that lasts not just in our bank accounts, but in our hearts, our communities, and our legacy. Number 3. Gratitude reduces craving and attachment. When we talk about attracting sustainable wealth, not just quick money or short-lived success, but true, lasting abundance, it's important to look not just at what we do, but how we feel and how we think. One of the most powerful inner tools you can cultivate on this journey is gratitude. Now, you might wonder, what does feeling grateful have to do with financial stability and abundance? Well, let's explore that together. In Buddhism, there is a concept called tanha, which means craving or thirst. This craving is considered one of the 3 roots of suffering, and it shows up in modern life in many ways. the constant desire for more, the comparison to others, the hunger for status, possessions, or validation. The more we chase, the more we feel we lack. It's like trying to fill a cup with a hole at the bottom. No matter how much you pour in, it never feels enough. Now pause for a moment and ask yourself, when was the last time I truly appreciated what I already have? Gratitude, in its quiet and grounded way, helps us step off that endless treadmill. It softens the grip of craving and brings our awareness back to the present. When you take time to feel thankful not just in words, but in your heart for the roof over your head, the food on your table, the people who care about you, or even the lessons you've learned from difficult moments, something shifts inside. That inner shift creates spaciousness, clarity, and a sense of sufficiency. You're no longer operating from a sense of lack or fear, which so often leads to poor financial decisions, impulsive spending, gambling with risky investments, or comparing yourself to someone else's seemingly perfect life. Instead, gratitude grounds you. It becomes a compass pointing you toward wiser actions, not just reactions. And with this clarity, your financial decisions naturally become more thoughtful, more intentional, and more sustainable. As the Buddha once said, "Let us rise up and be thankful, for if we didn't learn a lot today, at least we learned a little. And if we didn't learn a little, at least we didn't get sick. And if we got sick, at least we didn't die. So, let us all be thankful." This quote isn't just poetic, it's a gentle reminder that even when things don't go perfectly, we can still find reasons to be grateful. And from that gratitude, a kind of emotional wealth begins to grow. This inner wealth, calm, contentment, and trust lays the foundation for attracting outer wealth that actually lasts, because it's no longer based on grasping or fear. So, how might your relationship with money change if you approached it from a place of gratitude rather than scarcity? What would it feel like to appreciate what you already have, even as you work toward more? When you live from a space of gratitude, you're not rejecting ambition, you're simply letting it be guided by peace rather than by panic. You begin to make financial choices not out of desperation, but from a calm inner knowing. And this shift, though subtle, is what creates a sustainable path not only to wealth, but to well-being. You see, wealth that grows from gratitude tends to flow more naturally, because you're no longer pushing it away with feelings of unworthiness or rushing past it in your hunger for more. You start to notice opportunities that align with your values, you take care of what you already have, and you begin to trust that you are enough and that you have enough as you continue to grow. Gratitude doesn't just change your mood, it changes your mindset. And from there, it changes your life. Number 4. A grateful mind attracts positive relationships. In our fast-paced modern world, where so much emphasis is placed on individual achievement and material gain, we often forget that true and lasting wealth is not something we build alone. It is born out of connection, trust, and meaningful relationships. One of the most powerful forces that helps cultivate these relationships is gratitude. A grateful mind is naturally open, compassionate, and attentive to others. When we show sincere appreciation, whether to a co-worker for their help on a project, to a family member for their presence, or even to a stranger for a simple kindness, we invite a flow of goodwill into our lives. This goodwill becomes a kind of social currency, often far more valuable than money. It is the warmth of this trust and emotional wealth that helps unlock new opportunities, whether it's a chance business connection, a loyal client, or a friend who supports you during tough times. As the Buddha wisely taught, a generous heart, kind speech, and a life of service and compassion are the things which renew humanity. And gratitude is the root of all these qualities. Just as a seed needs fertile soil and care to grow into a strong tree, our relationships require a foundation of gratitude to grow strong and sustainable. In the workplace, Those who consistently recognize and uplift others tend to build strong networks. Their sincerity makes them stand out not through force or manipulation, but through presence and appreciation. When people feel seen and valued, they naturally want to offer their best, not because they have to, but because they feel a sense of shared purpose. In business and life, this kind of mutual respect creates a positive feedback loop, where trust breeds opportunity, and opportunity, when handled with care and ethics, becomes sustainable wealth. As Tony Robbins once said, "Success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure." Gratitude ensures that both success and fulfillment go hand in hand. Furthermore, in family life and friendships, gratitude nurtures patience, forgiveness, and empathy. It helps us let go of petty grievances and see the goodness in others, even when they falter. This emotional generosity becomes a mirror that reflects back to us the kind of person we are becoming. Over time, this inner shift not only improves our relationships, but shapes the way the world responds to us. People are drawn to those who radiate sincerity and humility. As the Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh beautifully said, "When you love someone, the best thing you can offer is your presence. How can you love if you are not there?" Gratitude is presence in action. It grounds us in the moment, allowing us to truly connect. In today's society, where digital communication often replaces face-to-face interaction, the value of genuine human connection has only grown. Being grateful doesn't mean ignoring your own needs or blindly accepting unfair treatment. Rather, it means choosing to focus on what is good, who has helped you, and how every step in your journey has been touched by others. This mindset not only enriches your personal life, but also creates a ripple effect in your professional and social circles. So whether you're building a business, raising a family, or simply trying to live with more peace, let gratitude be your anchor. It doesn't just make you happier, it makes you magnetic. As the Dhammapada reminds us, better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace. Gratitude, when sincerely practiced, is that word in action. So, whether it's the quiet strength of 48, the balanced flow of 8, or the deep symbolism of 12, these numbers are more than luck. They are reminders. Reminders to live with awareness, to align with the rhythm of the universe, and to trust that when wisdom guides your steps, abundance will naturally follow. As we approach June 16th, may you not just chase wealth, but invite it through mindfulness, gratitude, and right intention. If this message resonated with you, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who could use a little light on their path, and subscribe to The Journey of Wisdom. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our next video filled with insight and guidance from Buddhist teachings. Until next time, walk gently, live wisely, and stay open to the quiet miracles waiting for you. The Journey of Wisdom, where truth meets tranquility.